it's funny, I ask all the time, I'm always asking members like, how many reps did you do unbroken? How many sets did that take you? And I'm kind of just acquiring information for later down the road when I'm programming. And it seems like in the moment, like nothing, it's almost just like conversational, but I am like banking that information. Welcome to Above the Standard, a CrossFit Topside podcast. I'm Kevin.
And I'm Haley, and we'll dive into fitness, healthy habits, and mindset.
We're here to share stories from members, insights from coaches, and strategies to help you level up in the gym and in life.
So chalk your hands, focus your mind, and join us as we strive to live above the standard.
Look at this. Really risking it. Really risking it. Wow, you really trust my agility to get around that.
Did you play? Did you?
Yeah, we're on. Oh, we are on.
Did you play?
I played it.
Freshly brewed coffee.
Freshly brewed coffee.
I don't know what number coffee this is for the day. We're sitting really close this morning.
I think this is farther than usual.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like it's really close. But is it too hot?
No, it's nice and warm.
Yeah. I have mine
It's comforting.
in Yeti.
It's comforting because it's still negative 75 degrees out here in New England.
No, well, today it's supposed to get up to 47.
Nice.
It's supposed to be a nice day, I think.
I guess this is going on the ground. So we'll go there.
I'm looking forward to some bench press today. I feel like we always start our episodes off with a talk about the workout, but
yeah,
I guess it's relevant.
Yeah, I mean, I would say it's very relevant. It's also something that happens every
you
day,
know what actually destroyed me was yesterday's workout with it was 10 rounds, 1 minute work, 1 minute rest, 10 wall balls, 8 toes to bar, and then 6 burpee box jump overs. I was fine on the burpee box jump overs and the wall balls, but the toes to bar got me good.
Yeah. If you're listening to this and you did the workout yesterday, which was the 10 rounds, what Haley just said.
Yeah, balls, please repeat it.
I won't repeat it, but what she just said, 1 minute on, 1 minute off. Comment which part of that workout you thought was the hardest, and what movement you would have preferred to see instead. So make that comment in there.
Ooh, that's good.
Let's see what we got. If you did it, if you didn't do it, go do it. Obviously, go do it and then comment. And
and I think an important lesson that I took away from yesterday was I was set on keeping it 8 toes to bar because that's what was on the board. But ultimately, by round 6 and then into round 7, I was like, oh, I should have scaled this.
Perfect segue.
Teed that one right up.
It's like, oh, look at that. You definitely should have scaled it.
How do you spell segue?
Oh, don't even ask me how to spell anything. Not the best speller. I'm not even going to attempt.
I think it's Segue.
Sure.
Would you
So.
would you have spelled it with an AY?
Probably, yeah.
Oh no, we're doing this again.
No, I'm good. Voice is back. But
okay.
Slight cough.
So to get into this segue, talking today about if like scaling and if you've ever felt like you just need to do the workout RX. This one is going to be for you.
So if you're at all familiar with, if you're listening to this, you're probably a little bit familiar with the CrossFit world and exercise in general. If not, welcome, and this is a great first listen. But there's frequently in our gym, and I would imagine in many other gyms around the world, scaling is a big thing, and scaling the workout from whatever it is that's prescribed is. And we'll get into this significantly more as we go, but essentially just adjusting the workout to fit your capabilities, your current capabilities, wherever you're at in this moment. And again, super important as you are getting into fitness and trying to progress your fitness. But yeah, so your workout yesterday definitely would have probably been a little bit more beneficial had you adjusted the reps even slightly, like just a little bit, like maybe 6 reps.
Yeah, ego got the best of me yesterday. However, I will say the goal was I would still say that I hit the intended stimulus, being that I was getting about around a minute, and I was also for the most of it, and then also finished 25 minutes or less than 25 minutes. So both of those were 2 qualifiers that you had presented at the whiteboard. So heeding that, and then also understanding that like I wanted to choose something that was going to challenge me. Now hindsight, of course, is 2020, but if I had cut it back to even 6 toes to bar each round, I think that would have put me in a much better position, because that's 60 toes to bar on the full workout. Yesterday I did 52. I probably could have cranked out another whatever that is. What's 8? 60 minus 52 is 8.
20.
So additional 8 additional reps is all I'm saying.
Yep. But so before we keep going,
we just said and then but at the same time.
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
Crazy.
Look at that. So before we continue with scaling, let's kind of define what prescribed or RX means.
Yep.
And so for us in our gym, and again, I would imagine in many other places, this is simply the suggested weight or reps or intensity that is generally prescribed for the mostly fit person.
Sure.
The mostly fit individual most of the time. And so this would be something like in the workout yesterday, doing 10 wall balls. So we'll do a well-known workout like Fran. Like everyone loves Fran, everyone knows Fran. We do it here not frequently, once a year, but Fran, super classic old school CrossFit workout, complete for time, 21, 15, 9 thrusters and pull-ups.
Yep.
So we all know that's a short, punchy, hard hitting workout where barbell's pretty light and you have some gymnastics skill work. So the prescribed weight there, so those are the prescribed reps.
Yep.
The prescribed intensity is short and quick.
Yep.
And light. And the
8 minutes or less, meaning quick.
Yep. And the prescribed weight there is 95 pounds. The gymnastics is a chin over bar pull up. And so that would be like the prescribed.
Don't forget 65 too.
95, 65.
Thank you.
Got you. And so that would be like the prescribed workout for that day. So this is what's written on the board. This is what the coach goes over. And I would say the weight and the reps is simply just a representation or an avenue for the coach to portray what this workout is supposed to feel like.
Yep.
For most people.
Yep.
The most, sorry, not necessarily most people, I would say like a mostly fit person.
Sure.
Like I said, most of the time. And so it's kind of just reinforcing the stimulus of the workout and what it's supposed to be.
Yeah, and I think that also helps just in class when we talk about the stimulus or what the goal of the workout is, helps the individual, regardless of if they're doing what's on the board or not, to frame up what they're going to do for that day. So oftentimes the way we structure our whiteboard talk is we'll deliver the workout, we'll then deliver the stimulus or what the goal is of the workout. I want you to complete 5 rounds, or I want you to complete this in 8 minutes or less, or whatever it is. And then from there, like, okay, how are you specifically going to do that? And so that's where scaling comes into play, because it's, okay, I know that I need to get Fran done in 8 minutes or less, but I don't have chin over bar pull-ups. So what does that look like for me? Oh, you mentioned ring rows. I know I can knock out a set of ring rows pretty quickly. The set of 21 should be done in 3 sets or less. Yeah, I feel like I'm good there. So I'm going to choose that route when we get to pull-ups in today's workout. So just kind of like framing it up from the start of class, and we intentionally and our coaches intentionally present that information so that our athletes have that information to then use in their warm-up, their workout. And we often say, like, most people in class are doing a version of what's written on the board, or not written, but up on the board, opposed to everyone's like forcing themselves into the workout because that's how injuries happen, or the RX version because that's how injuries happen. And that's like, some people, like, if I tried that's like trying to do 40 bar muscle ups. Did you see that open workout?
Which open workout?
It's complete however you want. 80, I believe it's hang squat or dumbbell squat cleans, and 40 bar muscle ups. So you could split up however you want, do the work however you want. I think that's what it is. But my point is 40 bar muscle ups for somebody who doesn't have bar muscle ups is just like, okay, I guess I'll just stare at the bar. And that's not how fitness happens.
Yeah, you're not getting any fitter.
Right. That's literally not how fitness happens. Fitness happens through scaling.
Yeah, and it's just knowing where you're at. It's knowing where you're at and where you want to get to.
Yep.
Understanding how you're feeling that day and adjusting accordingly.
Yep.
Yeah, so it helps knowing the what's prescribed is also important. Even if you know you're like, okay, I know I'm not going to do this workout prescribed. I'm still working on some things.
Yep.
What is it supposed to be? What is the workout supposed to feel like? And then you do your best to match that based on how you're feeling that day and where you're at. And that's how you progress. It would be super silly so we'll take Fran again, for example, for me to, as the coach or any coach, force somebody to do the 95 or 65 pound bar if that's their 1 rep max thruster. We'll be here forever. We'll be here forever, and they're actually not getting any fitter. They're not huffing and puffing. They're not out of breath. It would be more of like a strength day. They might be getting stronger in their 1 rep max thruster, but they're not actually eliciting a physical response in muscular endurance, cardiovascular endurance. You're not working on any of the skills that a gymnastics kit might require, because you're stuck on the 95 pound thruster, or you're doing that for the first 8 minutes of the workout. So you're not actually progressing your work capacity. So that's where simply adjusting some of the movements, or we'll kind of get into in a second, like how to adjust, is super beneficial. And we see it in here all the time.
I think something that you said there that's like often sticks in my head is just because you can doesn't mean you should.
Oh, yeah.
And so, yes, just because I can lift a 95 pound barbell, let's say, again, in the case of a thruster, okay, cool. But like, is that going to just stop me dead in my track? Again, yesterday's workout was a great example. Like, I can hang on for 8 toes to bar consecutively. Can I do that for 10 rounds? I'm not sure. Maybe, if depending on like how the rest of the workout kind of plays in. But then also, like, should I have done that? Probably not, because I, again, ultimately got stopped, like completely stopped me dead in my tracks. I said to you in the middle of the workout, like my core just like went. And so just because you can doesn't mean you should. And I think that, like, going back to when CrossFit was first founded and like some initial stereotypes around CrossFit, that was like the ethos in the beginning of just like, well, no, this is what's on the board, so like you need to do this. And that's not at all the fastest. Again, we've said it so many times, but just like that is not how you progress, because ultimately you want to hit the stimulus. You want to get into that time range or whatever it is, so that you're eliciting the responsive or the intended response of the workout.
And so that, like, going back to yesterday's workout, I just want to shout out Kevin Wagner. He's one of our members here who has been with us now for several months, and he absolutely crushed the scaling yesterday in terms of, like, he nailed it so well. So he's been working on toes to bar for a while, and he like just started being able to string together toes to bar.
So cool.
And I know so badly he wanted to do 8 reps. He probably could do 8 reps in a row. And I know he so badly wanted to, but I had him do a little bit less. I think we had him cut it in half. So we did 4 reps each round. And he was able to hold on to that unbroken, which was the stimulus, for, I would say, pretty much the entire time.
That's so cool.
And then I was watching him like demolish burpee box jump overs because he was able to keep the intensity up, and actually do his set of toes to bar, and then be able to push it on the burpee box jump overs. And he nailed the stimulus. And I don't think that would have happened if he, not yet anyway, if he did the 8 toes to bar. I think he would have spent a lot of time standing, like,
under the bar.
Yeah, under the bar. Like, and I have no doubt he would have been able to do a set or two, or eventually get to the toes to bar. But I think his intensity in the workout would have dropped considerably. And it was just really cool because he nailed it. And like I said, he just got toes to bar, so I was really proud of him that he was able to string 4 in a row unbroken for majority of that.
That's awesome.
So I was pumped about that. But sorry. So moving on to like, how should somebody scale a workout. And as we're going through this, if you're unsure about this, this is literally what we do in here every single day, is help people find the appropriate exercises for them. And we help progress those exercises to eventually being able to do significantly harder things than when they first came in. So if you need help with this, or if it's confusing, or you not really sure where to start, reach out to us on our website, CrossFitTopside.com. Fill out the intro form. We'll reach out and we will get you started on your CrossFit journey. But someone scaling a workout, there's kind of like two things that then you can kind of like piggyback off of this, or if you have any other thoughts. The first thing I would say that you would want to adjust coming in is the intensity of the workout. And so by intensity, I mean like the variables of like the reps, the weight, and like time, depending on what the workout is. But just adjusting to based upon, again, what the prescribed version is telling us the stimulus is, and how you're feeling. So every day you're not coming in feeling a 10 out of 10. That's normal. Something we also forget very frequently is that like most of the time when you come into the gym, you're not like jazzed up and ready to go. Sometimes you are, and it's awesome. Sometimes you're not. And so the workout might need to be adjusted. And so I think the first thing that needs to go is the weight, adjusting the weight, reps, and time, potentially reducing time. So,
I think something else to caveat there is that a workout is not won or lost because you scaled. Like we hear this very frequently of like, oh yeah, but like I did this, but I scaled, or I did X, Y, and Z, but I scaled it today. It's like, no, did you or did you not hit the stimulus of the workout? So like, let's consider that while we're like just reflecting on your workout of the day. So I think just kind of like having that reframe of, yeah, but I scaled, but like thinking of, okay, I'm making the decision now that's going to pay off dividends like in the future when I can string multiple, like toast bar is a great example for Kevin yesterday. Like, yes, it would have been, I'm sure he would have loved to have done 8 consecutive toast bar yesterday, but like cut it back, maintain the stimulus, push the pace on the burpees. You get way fitter, faster. And then in the future, when you can string 15 toes to bar together in a workout, in a chipper style workout or something like that, it's like, oh yeah, because I did that work before. Yeah,
and this is something that hit me very hard, probably in the past like 2 years, especially with Cade being born. Like my drive and my energy level to like hit really, really hard workouts, like decreased significantly. Like I have this, I don't necessarily want to crush myself every day. And I want to be healthy for Cade. I don't want to be walking around with like my back hurting or like my wrist hurting. I want to be healthy. And I have grown to understand that what's written on the board and the RX version of the workout doesn't define the type of person I am or the type of athlete that I am. I want to be significantly smarter about, and this is just kind of like my experience with it. Like I want to be smarter with it and be healthier for the rest of the day and for life, and be able to do things on the weekend and not necessarily revolve my entire livelihood and manhood on like RX or die. Like I did this.
So then can you talk about just like how you program for the gym, how you program for our population, and just like how and why there is a prescription?
So for those of you that don't know, I do all of the programming for our community here at CrossFit Topside. And to be like super clear, I don't program for me or for you. Like when I'm doing the programming, I'm not thinking about what I like or what my goals are. I'm programming for the general population. I'm programming to develop your normal, like average person, to develop them to become a well-rounded athlete.
Yep.
So that means to be strong, to have endurance, to acquire some gymnastic skills, to be flexible, to have those more neurological skills, accuracy, balance, and then like obviously power, strength, and all that stuff.
Yep.
So we're trying to be well-rounded. And when I program, and I would imagine most programmers do this, is you program for kind of what I was talking about in the beginning, for like a mostly fit individual. And I actually think about members here at the gym, like what can they reasonably do? And it's funny, I ask all the time, I'm always asking members like, how many reps did you do unbroken? How many sets did that take you? And I'm kind of just acquiring information for later down the road when I'm programming. And it seems like in the moment, like nothing, it's almost just like conversational, but I am like banking that information for like, oh, like I know this person can bang out 20 strict pull-ups fresh.
Right.
Cool. So I know there's someone in the gym is cranking out strict pull-ups like this. So I'll start programming with like their sort of persona in mind. And then from there, there's a stimulus attached with it. So, hey, like we have 100 pull-ups in the workout, and the goal is to do this in 5 sets or less. And because I know that that's possible based upon my conversations. And then from there, we want to adjust some of these variables, like we said, either reducing the reps, adjusting like the reps, the time frame or whatever it is, the movement itself, which is going to be my next piece.
Yeah.
So that you can do get the same stimulus as the person who's doing it RX or prescribed. Yeah. And something I kind of frequently, not frequently, but I say pretty often is everything is a scaled version of something else.
Right.
So like just because it's on the TV in here as the prescribed version, that version could be a scaled version at another gym.
Right.
And for somebody else doing it at home in their garage. Like there's levels to everything, and just understanding that it's the actual prescription isn't the thing. It's finding where you're at currently.
Right.
But yeah, so that's kind of how I program here in terms of stimulus. Obviously, we do a wide variety of things, long things, short things, and just making sure that really what's important is that the coaches are portraying what the workout's supposed to be, so that people can adjust and make the workout theirs.
Right.
So that's more important than the actual programming itself.
So you mentioned something else that we consider is how do we change the movement?
Yes.
In scaling. Talk more about that.
Yeah. So like part of scaling might be adjusting the movement entirely. And again, back to the Fran example, pull-ups. A lot of people are working on pull-ups. I know in here we have a lot of people who have mentioned their goal is pull-ups, and maybe you have the ability to do a couple pull-ups, maybe you don't. And so if you don't, then we might have to adjust the movement. And like ring rows, good option, bent over rows, whatever it is for that specific workout. But the point is that you're mimicking, or you want to make the movement as close to the prescribed movement as possible.
Yep.
So in this case, the upper body pull of the pull-up, you're doing the exact same thing, maybe in just a different plane. You're doing upper body pull with the ring row. You're still doing a pull, and it's still going to be really hard. And I guarantee you, if you're doing that in a workout like Fran, you're going to be huffing and puffing pretty hard, and it's going to be challenging. And you're going to get better at upper body pulling.
Yep.
And so adjusting the movement, and just because you're adjusting it doesn't make it easier by any means. It's still going to be really hard.
Yep.
But we want to get it as close as possible. And sometimes it might not look like the same movement. Like if we're doing like like tomorrow we're doing a workout that involves rounds of DT.
Yep.
Which is deadlifts, hang power cleans, and push jerks with a super heavy barbell. And so if you're battling a shoulder injury and you feel good with the deadlifts, you feel good with the hang power cleans, but you're not going overhead with the push jerk because your shoulder's bothering you, well, what's the next closest thing that we can do? If you're unable to get a bar overhead at all, this is a pushing motion overhead. So maybe we're doing something like a bench press, like a dumbbell bench press. And you might like look at that on its face and be like, well, that looks absolutely nothing like what you just said. And that's not the point. And I guarantee you're getting some pressing in, you're gonna get stronger, the world is gonna keep spinning, and you're gonna get fitter. And we're all gonna be happy and it's gonna be great. It's not necessarily like an end all be all, we have to, it has to be this certain way. Like maybe, like I said, maybe the bench press feels way better than going overhead. Let's do that. Let's get you pressing. And I understand it's less of an explosive movement than a push jerk. Like totally understood, got it. You're not going to be shortchanged. Your shoulders are going to be really tired, and you're going to get some of that explosiveness from the deadlift and the hang power clean. So
yeah, and I also think a lot of times, just as coaches, we help athletes make these decisions, but ultimately, like, we want everyone in the gym to be able to take ownership of their training. And so when we're helping choose scaling options, like, we're providing these like little educational bits because it's super helpful so that if and when something happens where like my left shoulder wasn't feeling great the other day, okay, cool, I know in my back pocket, the last time, or I've seen someone in class do this or whatever, cool, I can go grab a set of dumbbells and like rock with that for the day. So just taking ownership of your training so that way when the time comes that you want to scale something or something's on the board that you're not there yet with, like, cool, you have the plan and you're ready to go. Yeah. And of course, if you need help, like, we are totally there to help.
To be clear, like, we're going to help you.
Oh yeah. That's our goal.
I'll never just leave the decision entirely to you. I think it should be a team decision. Yeah. Like I like to, when I'm working with someone who like we're talking, like we know we need to scale this in some capacity. I'll never do two things. I'll never just tell you what to do. Yeah. Like I'll never just like demand that you do something without asking questions first. And I'll never just like entirely leave it up to you and then just like never speak to you again. Yeah. Like there's a dialogue that happens. Like I need to know how you're feeling. I need to know what hurts. I need to know like what hurts it. Like what movements do you do that hurt it? I just need to know those things in order to make an educated decision on what I then should be giving you. Right. Like, do we need to cut out that arm entirely? Yeah. And we're not doing anything with the left arm today? Or is it like, hey, it's just when I do this. Right. Like it's just when I have the bar here is when it hurts. And then I can adjust to something that doesn't hurt it. And we can keep getting fitter. Right. And keep progressing our fitness or for whatever it is. So there's a dialogue that happens. So I don't like to just like be like, you're doing dumbbells today. Yeah. Like why? Right. Like why are we doing that?
Well, again, so that you can, like, I can understand why this is happening. It's my body, obviously. Like I feel X, Y, and Z when I do this. And I think there's like two things now. So scaling helps you maintain the stimulus or the intended stimulus of the workout, and scaling also can help you train it while injured, maintain consistency while injured. So I think again, like just two pieces there, but you don't have to be injured to scale workout.
No. I mean, I don't think so at all. I think, like I said, there just needs to be a dialogue between the coach and the athlete. Yep. And
I would also say scaling helps you avoid injury.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Yeah.
Like, maintain the stimulus, use the weight that's appropriate for where you're at. Cool. Leave here uninjured, and you're getting fitter.
Yeah. Great. Like, I see this so often, and it goes back to I always say, I would rather you leave here or leave the gym or this workout, this session, and say, I feel like I could have done a little bit more. Mm-hmm. That is way better than you leaving here going, oh crap, I think I overdid it. Yeah. And I think I went way too heavy. Mm-hmm. And like, leaving after that first option of like, hey, I could have done a little bit more, kind of keeps you like hungry to come back the next day. Where like you want more. You want what can I do next time? And you're fresher too. Like where you're like your body is like not destroyed.
Yeah, to recover as hard.
And if you went way too hard, guess what? Now you're so sore. You, psychologically, you're like, I don't know if I can go back and do that again.
Yeah.
And then your body is like, I'm so sore, I literally can't do that again. So then you don't come to the gym for the next 4 days. And guess what? There's no momentum. All your momentum just stopped because you went way too hard on one day.
Yep.
And that it happens all the time. And we do a really good job of kind of setting the stage for new athletes coming in, of like preventing that and helping our newer athletes adjust things so that they leave going, man, I could do more.
So that's a good segue. Another segue. Into my next question, which is, who should scale and how often?
Who should scale would be, I would say like everyone should be scaling. It really just depends on how you're feeling when you come in.
Yep.
So it could be anyone, like just not just like a new person,
right,
or a new athlete should be scaling the workout. Like also there could be someone new coming to the gym that doesn't need to scale the workout at all. Maybe they have a track background and they can absolutely crush 400s. Like maybe they don't need to scale the workout. That's totally cool. But I think it really just depends on your psychological tolerance for the day, and like how your body's feeling, and maybe your background a little bit on. Yeah. Do you have any thoughts on that?
No, I think you nailed it. I think it depends on you, and I think that's a big point of emphasis is like what we do is we help athletes own their training, own their workout, own their hour in here so that you can win the other 23 hours of your day, so that you can leave these doors and go out into the world and do what you need to do without pain, with a little bit more fitness and just like mentally way more clear. So if that's something you're interested in, we would love to speak with you. CrossFitTopside.com. Hit the free intro button, and Kevin and I would love to chat.
Thanks for listening to this episode of the Above the Standard podcast.
If you found this episode helpful to you, please share it so we can help others in the Central Connecticut area.
For more information or to start your journey, reach out to us on social media or visit CrossFitTopside.com.
Until next time, keep striving to live above the standard.